So we're going to try with a machine called DINA, and the IP address on our local server is 192.168.1.13. So this is a machine of Tawhid Sheikh in the 2017. So we're going to try to enumerate these machines over here. So we have a submit query. In the submit query, we have that's called engine, which is a pendant. So our main objective would be to identify or simply check something else. So we're going to try one by one all the enumeration part. So we're going to start with this, with the nmap start. So let's try with nmap. So nmap, I'm going to use the capital A, -T4, and the IP address. So we're going to look for the directories on the server side, or we can see open ports over here. Let's check one by one. All the things we can see that there's only a one port which is available over there, and we have a different thing which is called robots.txt, which has 5 disallowed entries. For example, they have angel 1, nothing, temp, and uploads. Over here, we can find some, and we can see a robot.txt which contains all the allowed and disallowed directories on the server side. So we can try robots.txt. So over here, we can see there are some files like angel, nothing, temp, and uploads. So this is a part of your enumeration to extract the number of directories on the server side which could be accessible. So I'm going to write the IP address over here again. So we're going to try one by one. Let's try the simple. So it was angel 1. Let's try with this one. Again, we don't have nothing. Yes, we don't have nothing in there. Let's try with the nothing. So it's saying go back, not found. Go back, not found. So let's try with the temp. So again, we have nothing over there. Let's try with uploads directly, if you can find something in the uploads. So over here, the uploads directory, there was also nothing. Sometimes the most important thing is to check each and every source code on the directory. So there was nothing on this file, but this is a CTF. To boost up your skills, we have to check each and every services on that. So over here, we can see there are some words like my secret pass, freedom, password, hello world, DINA, and some I love you files. So they have some my secret.pass, which contains some passwords. So in this scenario, you have to check all the things one by one over there. For example, most of the people, they look for something else to find some relevant data. For that case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to enumerate. I'm going to use a tool called DIRBuster if you can find something relevant on the server side. So we're going to use DIRBuster. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to add the URL section over here. Let's get the threads according to our own server, and the dictionary that we're going to use. So user share write word list. The directory we're going to use any of the directories. So we're here and so we're going to look for the directories on the server side. So as I can see over here on the server side, we have some directories like cgadmin, icon, uploads, which was 200 over there, and there was nothing. It was doc 403, angel, secure, the temp, and the nothing over there. So we can see that we have some files like secure, temp, and nothing. So we have already checked these things. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna try to look for the secure tab, or we can wait for the animation to complete. The scan has been done almost, and we can see on the length of the file, there are some files of the secure directory. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply click on the browser. On the secure directory, we can see there is a file called backup.zip. Let's download this one. This is all about animation. You have to simply check the index files. So I'm going to move this file on the desktop, on the export file. So we can see there is a file of .zip file. So okay, that is red in color. So let's do unzip and the backup. Okay, so we have done the unzip file. Okay. Start here. Yes. So there is a file called backup extract. Let's try extract this one. Okay, now he's asking me a password. So they ask me a password and he doesn't know the password. So then what? We already written some password over here that we get from the nothing directory, which has freedom password, hello world, DINA, I love you. So let's try with one by one all the password here. That's successful with the first one. Yeah. So in this scenario, the most important part, when you have something password on the server side, you have to perform a brute force attack. So you can see there's a password, there's a file mp3, and it's showing us some error. Most of the cases, if I talk about the security point of view, as a work of forensic investigation, you have to check all the file type. For example, you can see the file.kit.html. You can use the file type. The file utility, you can simply check the architecture. But over here, on the backup file.k.mp3, it's showing us an sky.txt file. A sky.txt file is there is a text word on the specific code. So we can use cat word. When I use a cat word, I can see I'm not too much smart in computer. That's the reason why I always choose easy password with the credential backup. Use Tawhid and the password and the secret TMS gateway login. We have a different URL. Let's try to let's try with this one. So we have find a different URL on the server side. Let's try to get access. And we can see that this is a play SMS. Let's log in. Okay, that was Tawhid as per the data, but still the password is remaining. The password over here, we can try with this one. Let's try with the first one. Invalid password. The username was correct. Let's try with the password. Let's try with DINA. And we are in on the server side. So the password DINA was worked over there. So in this scenario, what we can do, we can try to manipulate or extract more further things on the attacking point of view. But as an attacker or as a pen tester, I have to check each and every services. For example, they are using play SMS. And what is the use of play SMS in those times? Let's try with the play SMS. Let's try with the first. So play SMS was only used for SMS management. You can see all the things. You have to read the articles of each and every things on that. And we have play SMS Easy Messenger plugin on the GitHub. But most of the attacker, what they find, they look for exploits. But over here, I can see the play SMS version has 1.4. We're showing us exploit DB or import.php remote for execution. You can try all the things one by one. So the main objective, when you are a pen tester or a hacker, they basically look for the exploits which is publicly available to all. Or they simply look for that exploit. Huh? So we're gonna use Metasploit over here. So I'm gonna use search play SMS, and over there we have some files. We have two files. We have a multiple HTTP play SMS file execution, or we have exploit multi HTTP upload CSV execution. So over here we can see that we have two files as per the scenario. We can use send format file.php authentication file name, or we can use play SMS import.file. So we can look for the exploit. Import.php. This module exploits unauthenticated file upload remote execution vulnerability in SMS version 1.4. This issue was caused for improper file content handling in the import.php of the phone book import fail feature. Import feature. Basically, they're gonna use CSV files, which is your Excel files. Author was College Shake. They have given proper step by steps. So we're gonna use this one. So use the command show options. So here we can see the username is required. The password is also required there. So set admin, it was Rohit. Set password, that was DINA. Set our host, that was IP address. Set target URI. And this one we have to get the proper path of the file. So basically that was this. So we have set the DINA, the IP address, the port number, 80, call, secret, admin, and that's all. And we have set the L host. Set the L host, that was 192.168.1.4. That is our attacker IP address. So we have set the exploit over there. We have set the metadata session. And let's try with the word exploit. Authentication failure. Oh, sorry. Set username was Rohit. Show options. Yes, now it's set. Now let's try with exploit. Authenticated successful, and we have a metadata session. And we have a proper methodization of that specific server. So over here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna try all the other things. Let's try with the word called shell to jump to the server side. So where are we? We are on the login point. Let's type on all. Who am I basically? I'm the data. So let's try which Python. Yes, we have Python because we need to get a proper TTY terminal. For that case, I'm going to use the got milk again. So got milk. And the fact. Let's try with the Python. And we have TTY. So we have a proper shell on the server and we can run command execution. So let's try with my favorite command sudo -l to take the permission. Sudo -l. So sudo -l is basically used to check the permit of the sudo user. So over here with the www data, I can see that we have no password set on the user bin perl command. This is sudo user. Let's see the pattern. Kernel exploitation. Exploit services running as root. Exploiting sudo executables. Nope. Exploiting sudo right users. If that attacker cannot directly get any of the root access via any of the other techniques, he might try to compromise any of the user who have sudo access. Once he have access to any of the sudo users, he can basically execute any commands with the root privileges. So over here we can see -sudo -l, print the command which can be allowed to run sudo. So we can see over here. We can run for the following commands over here with the help of sudo -l. So we can see the www data has a permission of the running perl command on the server side. So what are you going to do? We're going to try any perl command to execute our shell. So if we run any of the command from the perl command, it will run from the sudo users also. So for that case, let's try with perl privilege escalation. Let's try with hacking articles, I guess. Yes. Or we can use BT goblin. If it can be used to break out the restriction environment by exploiting an injected shell. So we can use perl -e to execute the bin bash command. Or we can use it for reverse shell. Note down the website which is called GT Goblin. Or you can run the sudo bash command, SUID, if it runs with the sudo ID bit cells. So you can use this one also to get, if it's the running privilege container may be used to access the file systems, escalate the maintain access. So we can use sudo command to execute. And we are hash. Who am I? I'm root. Why this happened? Because the application have a permission of root without you can run each and everything. That's why the Payatu and the previous Payatu and the Gotmill and some more websites. One of the best websites that I use in my exam is GT Goblin and some other like Hacknos or hacking articles. These are the websites which are more used in most of the cases. So in this scenario, the most important part, you have to check each and everything over there. So this was all.